Good morning. Welcome to the Kilachari Torah Halacha Review for Thursday, January 14th. We're finishing off the section today about proper care and respect for Sfarim, for Jewish holy books. You can elevate your sefer by placing it on top of another sefer. So you're sitting at a table and you're learning the Gemara and you want to put another one underneath it to raise it up so you can see it better. You're allowed to do that. Question amongst the poskim if you're allowed to bring a sefer to the table, particularly for this purpose. If the sefer has a tight binding and it's very hard to keep open, you can hold it open using another sefer. You're allowed to place divrei Torah, parsha sheets, notes, and so on inside a sefer. Divrei Torah that need to be placed in shemus should not be placed in a sefer unless they were torn from that sefer. Tzitzis that are no longer attached to the beged, to the clothing. Sometimes it'll happen that, particularly in our shul with the talus eating chairs, we've tried to close up the little gap there between the wooden armrest and the metal, which I've seen since the time that we've had the new chairs, is very hungry to grab people's tzitzis off their talus and take a bite out of them. So that does happen from time to time where the strings fall off. So it suggests here tzitzis that are no longer attached to the garment, to either the talus katan, the small one, or the large talus that we use for davening, should not be placed in a sefer unless they're used as a bookmark. You can use them as a bookmark. Based on Kabbalah, some are stringent about what you can use for a bookmark, and others are not particular about this. You should not place mundane objects in a sefer. This also refers to blank paper you intend to use for writing Torah. Some say you should not place a tissue in a machzor, but if that's the only bookmark you have, I guess you're stuck. Forbidden to place mundane objects on a sefer. So your keys, when you're getting ready to go and you put your Gemara on the table by the front door and you put your wallet and your keys on top of that, don't do that. Put them next to it. If it's required for your learning, it's permitted, says Rav Karelitz. So I guess if you have to, you have to. Placing a pen on top of a Gemara is allowed. Some posts can permit placing divrei chol, regular everyday things, your mail, the bills that you took out of the mailbox, in the same bag that contains a sefer. Writing in a sefer. You're allowed to write your name in a sefer. You actually should, because then it helps people return it to you if it gets misplaced. The custom is to write La Hashem Haaretz U'Meloa, or Lamed Hey Vav with an apostrophe there, before writing your name. That's a reference to Psalm 24. A verse in Psalm 24 is what I'm trying to say, that says that everything, the earth and everything that's in it, belongs to Hashem. This sefer, however, has a connection to me, so if you find it, I'd appreciate you bringing it back to me. It's permitted to write divrei Torah in the margins of Sfarim, and in fact, you'll see people do this quite frequently. It's permitted to place a blank piece of paper on a sefer if you're going to write divrei Torah on that paper. We said before that if you're going to write an address or a date or somebody's phone number, you shouldn't use the sefer as the background for that, the hard surface for that. But here he says for the purpose of writing divrei Torah, you are allowed. It's permitted to write divrei Torah on a sefer that's placed on your lap. This, of course, serves the greater mitzvah of Torah learning, so in that case, it is permitted. Okay, that's the conclusion of the conversations about Sfarim, caring for and respecting Jewish books, holy books of Torah. So that leaves us with that. This afternoon, just reminding everyone that we have our L'chaim online, LOL, at 5 p.m. So please click on the link in your email for that. And at 6 p.m. we are meeting with the leader of the Parliamentary Black Caucus to hear a perspective on race in Canada. So that email link is also in that Zoom link is also in your email. Please feel welcome to join us for that. Have a good day and join us again tomorrow. Bye bye.